Hi everyone, my name is Heather Stelzer. I work at Bay Mills Community College in the Early Childhood Department. Today I'm joined by Gilly and Dwayne Bedell, our BMCC president. And Dwayne is going to read a book today for the UP Resource Center's reading challenge for the whole month of March. So we're happy to participate and send a big thank you to the UP Resource Center for this opportunity.
So the name of the book that I'm going to read to Gilly today is Ashkiki Road, The Seven Grandfathers' Teachings. Are you ready, Gilly? The kitchen was filled with the sweet scent of Grandma Mindy's fry bread. Lily and Ogama and their younger cousin Ellie were eating lunch together. "Miigwech," said Ogama. "It's my last one, I promise." Grandma Mindy smiled. "Have as much as you want, my boy." After they finished eating, Grandma Mindy held up a handful of cedar and another sage. She used these medicines during prayer. She also used them to cleanse the house. "I'm running low on medicines," Grandma Mindy told him. "I have only a little bit left. Can you three get more today?" Ogama, Ellie, and Lily each found a container to hold cedar and sage. They set out for Ashkiki Road. It wasn't long before they found the path in the woods. They were on their way. Suddenly, Ellie stopped in her tracks. "Makwa," she whispered. Up in the tree was the biggest black bear that they'd ever seen. "Do not be afraid," Bear said in a big, booming voice. "I represent courage, one of the seven grandfathers' teachings. Even when you're afraid, it's important that you still find the courage to do what's right." Lily spoke up. "We need to find my grandma some medicine. May we pass?" Bear nodded. His voice was a low growl. "Of course. Have courage. Come to see me again someday. I get lonely in these trees by myself." Gigawaba men. The three moved past Bear. They walked along the wooded path. It wasn't long before they spotted another visitor on Ashkiki Road. Sabe slouched on a tree stump. His messy hair pointed in all directions. Ogama sniggered. "That's how Lily Hare's looks like sometime in the morning." Lily rolled her eyes. "No, it isn't. Let's go talk to him." Ellie was a little worried, but she decided to have courage. They approached Sabe together. Sabe spoke to them in a soft voice. "Bonjour, little ones. Have you already met Bear? So you understand courage. I represent honesty." Ellie spoke up. "That's when you tell the truth." Just then, Ogama remembered something. "I was honest when I told my grandma, Mindy, I was hungry today." Sabe nodded his approval. They said goodbye to Sabe and kept walking along the path. In the entrance of a clearing, they spotted a large looming animal. "Buffalo!" Ellie cried. Bouncing in excitement, she had never met a buffalo before. "Come on, let's go see." She pulled Lily and Ogama forward. The great buffalo bowed his head in greeting. "Bonjour," he said. "Are you here for the medicines?" As he was surrounded by sage plants. "Yes, we are," Ogama said. He patted his bucket. "Remember to practice respect, especially when gathering medicines," Buffalo said. "These are sacred plants. You should treat them with care." The three thanked him. Miigwech, then they scattered into the clearing. First they put out tobacco, then they gathered enough sage for Grandma Mindy. They were careful to snap the sage stems and leave the roots in the ground. That way the plants would grow back. They filled their bags halfway, leaving room for cedar. They walked through the clearing back into the woods. Suddenly, a creature stepped out from behind a tree. It was Wolf. He had a shiny gray coat and a long flowing tail, and his eyes sparkled. "Wow," Ogama said in awe. Wolf bowed his head. "Miigwech," he thanked them. "Come closer, I have something to tell you." "Another grandfather teaching?" Ogama whispered. Wolf spoke to him. "I represent humility. Having humility means not being too proud." Lily had never heard this word before. "Is it bad to be proud?" she asked. "Of course not," Wolf replied. "You can be proud and have humility. Instead of cheering on yourself, you must cheer on other people too." Happy with Wolf's words, they said goodbye and kept moving along the path. Soon Ellie pointed. Look, a river, Ogama said. That means we're getting closer, right? I think so, Lily smiled. From alongside the river, they noticed a half-furnished dam slowing down the water. On top of the dam was Beaver. He was working hard. Ellie was amazed. Hey there, who are you? She called out. Bonjour, Beaver said. He climbed down to meet them. I am a Mick. I represent the grandfather teacher of wisdom, he told him. Lily pointed out the dam. How did you do that? She asked. A Mick thought carefully, then said, It was my wisdom as a beaver to know how to build a dam. We are all smart and wise in our own way. This is my way. He added, I'm quite busy though, so I'll be on my way. Giga waba men. Giga waba men. They waved as he went back to his work. At the end of the path along the river was a small lake. They stopped to rest. Only a little further until we find the cedar, right? Ogama asked, as his stomach was grumbling. Lily asked, Yes, we're almost there. Then something splashed in the water. They saw a turtle on a lily pad. Bonjour, what are you doing here? Turtle asked in a quiet, rumbling voice. Lily held up her bag of sage. We're collecting medicines for our grandma. Turtle waved to them. They got as close as they could without getting their feet wet. I am Turtle. I represent the grandfather teaching of truth, he told them. Ogama's daughter Sabe. Is that the same as honesty? Turtle shook his head slowly. No, we are much alike, but we are different. Being honest means to not lie. Truth is being genuine to yourself and others. They nodded in understanding. Miigwech, Ellie called to Turtle as they moved along and were getting closer to the cedar grove. Finally, they found a cedar. First they offered tobacco, then they began to collect the medicine. They worked until they had plenty of cedar for Grandma. They carefully snapped the cedar off at the tree, just like they did with the sage. Soon their containers were nearly full. Grandma would have enough medicine for a long time. They were excited to return to her house. It was getting late and Ogama was ready for dinner. As they began walking back, something swooped over their heads. Whoa, Ogama cried, nearly dropping his bucket. As Eagle landed in front of him, Good job, you three, he said. Miigwech, Lily counted on her fingers. They had met 6 visitors so far. Do you represent the last grandfather teaching? Yes, as I watched as you met all the others. I wanted to make sure your journey was safe. I represent the grandfather teaching of love. I'm showing you love by looking after you, Miigwech said. It's time to go home now. Lily, Ogama, and Ellie raced home with their full bags. They felt safe knowing Miigwech was watching over them. Grandma Millie waited for them on the porch. Hurry up, would you? She called from the top of the stairs, smiling widely. Come in, they said. Inside, Grandma Millie inspected their bags. Lily handed her a few pieces of medicine. Are these good? She asked. Grandma looked at them. Yes, these are perfect. Did you remember to offer your tobacco? Yes, Ellie said. After dinner, they sat with Grandma Mindy in the living room. They told her about everything they had seen. Bear was so big, Ogama said. Turtle was so small, Ellie said. Miigwech watched out for us the whole time, Lily explained. Grandma Mindy listened with a smile. She was so glad to have them home again. And that's the end of our story.